Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West here, and welcome to the Steadfast and Loyal podcast.
You gotta light 'em up before they burn it down. Better dig deep and put 'em in the ground. Blood on their hands, they're hellbound. Save us all. Ooh, they're gonna burn it down. Save us all before they burn it down.
You know, sometimes you reach a point where you say to yourself, "What in the Sam Hill is happening? What is going on?" I mean, this whole thing in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the same place that celebrated a person who once put a gun to the belly of a pregnant woman, a drug abuser that was in, porn films. George Floyd didn't deserve what he got, but there was a whole lot of mess going on in that man's life. And to try to make him some type of symbol, some type of martyr, putting up mosaics and all of this stuff, members of Congress kneeling down, just stop. So when I look at the fact that a 37-year-old woman was shot and lost her life while she was impeding, obstructing a federal law enforcement operation, I don't understand where the progressive socialists left, the Marxists. I don't understand how they think that they have any moral high ground when it comes to this issue. Because let's break it down. Because what I think people need to understand is that at some point in time, Miss Wood made a conscious decision to violate the law. Because it is a criminal act to obstruct, to impede, to interfere in a law enforcement operation. She made that conscious decision. And in doing so, she decided in that moment that she would take part in lawlessness, leftist lawlessness. And there's a consequence to it. And sadly, she lost her life because of it. And you can sit around and say all of this, well, she was an observer. No, she wasn't an observer. She was in a vehicle. And oh, by the way, 100,000%, maybe even more increase of attacks against immigration and customs enforcement officers, duly sworn federal law enforcement officers, over 100 vehicular assaults against ICE officers in the past year. And don't tell me that a vehicle cannot be used as a weapon. We've seen Islamic jihadists do it many a times. It was a couple of Christmases ago that a BLM supporter did it in Wisconsin during a Christmas parade. So there's a pattern here. And so when you are all of a sudden, and from what I have read, multiple reports, that she was following ICE officers around. So she's stalking them, surveilling law enforcement officers. So she presented a threat. Say what you want. And she was using a vehicle as a weapon. But the thing is, let's just walk the dog on this. Why are the ICE officers in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Why are the ICE officers in New York City or Chicago or what have you? Let's go back to the unconstitutional actions of the Biden administration. Article 4, Section 4 of the United States Constitution says very clearly in what is called the Guarantee Clause that the federal government is supposed to guarantee to every state in the union to protect them from invasion. The Biden administration violated the Constitution. They opened up our border. They undermined our national sovereignty and allowed millions of people to come into this country illegally. But not just millions of people to come into the country illegally, hundreds of thousands of single military-aged males, to include terrorists, to include criminal organizations like a Trinidad, to include tens of thousands of single military-aged male Chinese came into this country. And oh, by the way, Title 18, United States Code 1325, it is a federal offense. Unauthorized entry into the United States of America is a federal offense. First time, misdemeanor. Subsequent times after that, felony. So you're breaking the law coming to the country illegally. And the president, Biden, did not have any authority to grant parole to people coming to this country illegally. That's not one of his articulated, enumerated powers in the Constitution. So we have a constitutional violation, and then on top of that, we have a violation of U.S. statute. But yet, where were all these leftist protesters then? When the Biden administration, in the first 3 months, they came in and overturned some 90 to 95 executive orders to say anybody can come into the United States of America. And you know, the left is out there, there's no such thing as an illegal. Well, okay. So is it okay for someone to just walk into your house, walk into your apartment, and just kind of hang out? No, of course not. You wouldn't tolerate that.